Environmental Health and Safety Department encompasses a group of professionals who provide information to employees, faculty, staff, students about environmental health and safety issues, everything from chemical safety, biological safety, radiation safety.
We work in our Technopolis atmosphere. Private partners, government, industry, all of those are our partners for our students, staff, and faculty. So we service those health and safety needs as the professional staff who can give advice, work in those experiences that make academic and learning and research that much better.
The university does have an environmental health and safety policy, and to paraphrase, it says, "No job is so important, no service so urgent that we can't take the time to do our job safely and in an environmentally friendly way." And really what that means, again, is before we think and do, think about the hazards of the process and think about how to do things safely. And that encompasses everything from getting information to wearing personal protective equipment.
Personal protective equipment it can't be overemphasized how important it is. Despite their best efforts and the best efforts of their principal investigator, things unfortunately will happen. And if they don't have an extra layer of protection, they're putting themselves really at risk.
One of the things that we want people to do in case of an emergency is always remember to call 911. If you dial 911 from a university landline, you get directly to campus police. If you dial 919-515-3333 from a cell phone, you will go directly to campus police. All emergency response originates through University Police Department. That includes fire, EMS, or other emergency services.
A Wolf Alert is a term we use for generic emergency procedures here on campus. New graduate students would be automatically enrolled in these Wolf Alert text messages. So they would be able to get short, timely messages about fast-breaking emergencies, which would tell them to do things like take shelter, check in with the emergency homepage, all sorts of different media to make sure we get these messages out to people in a variety of ways in a very fast way.
One of the things that we always hope people do in a lab is prepare for emergencies or think about emergencies. You should plan for emergencies happening because they will happen. But more importantly, you should learn how to use safety tools. Even something that's as simple as a fire extinguisher won't work effectively unless you learn how to use it.
Graduate students take a variety of trainings, but it is really independent to their research and their needs. There's a plethora of training, to say the very least, but it's all in a service modality and compliance rigor to make sure when you start a research process or a new academic endeavor, you're safe, you're understanding the rules and requirement, you know the boundaries.
The safety plan is a tool. It's a primary tool utilized by the principal investigator for people who are working in laboratories where there are hazardous materials or hazardous equipment in use. That safety plan contains the specific work procedures, the protective equipment that needs to be worn, an inventory of the chemicals in the laboratory that needs to be accessible. And that safety plan is accompanied by something called a safety self-assessment, which also provides a lot of other very useful information for training purposes.
Responsibility where it comes to health and safety is that you have a role. You have some part that you play in the greater fabric of our safety organization. And you have an action that you have to account for. So accountability is, did you meet those requirements? Have you done something that helps both yourself and others? It's not just one part. You are part of a bigger environment, and that environment means that you understand what you should be doing and what you should do with others. So responsibility and accountability are really big terms in our world.
In a laboratory, you have a distinct culture and hierarchy. But that means that everybody has to question everybody else. If you're at the least bit uncomfortable about the process you're working with, either the materials or the equipment, stop and ask questions. You should feel free to contact your PI to get information about hazards. You should feel free to call Environmental Health and Safety.
Getting the most out of EHS is really talking about a partnership and building that communication. So as long as there's a communication pipeline, come and talk to the individuals. Look for the resources, look for the open door. So graduate students can come and partner with our staff, different expertise, different subject matter, to make their research go.
The message we would give to those international students is the same message we would give to all of our graduate students coming, which is, please ask questions right from the get-go. Don't hesitate.
Environmental health and safety is located at basically the intersection of Gorman and Western Boulevard on main campus, 2620 Wolf Village Way. We're virtually available 24/7 on the internet, so the website www.ehs.ncsu.edu. We're a resource that's mobile or in person, so we're always accessible.
The professionals in environmental health and safety actually enjoy going out and working with students and graduate students in the laboratory. Our job is to be available, to come visit you, convey information. So if you have questions, we encourage you to ask those questions, and we'd like to come talk to you, share our experiences, and help you maintain a safe work environment.